Hi, my name is Dale Mono. I am one of the team lead learning coach here at College for America, and this is...
I'm Lauren Cunningham. I'm also a team lead learning coach at College for America, and we work together along with Danae Kiesel on the Reboot coaching model.
So in this introduction video, we're going to explain a little bit of the framework of the Reboot model. The Reboot model doesn't necessarily mean that the student is being transitioned over to a different coach. The Reboot model can be executed at any point within your relationship with your students. This video is to give you more tools that you can utilize in order to help your students progress forward with their academic projects.
Like Deo said, any coach can implement the trainings from these videos with their students. There's no need to be part of a designated Reboot team. So we've identified, along with Danae, some of the academic indicators that we think are most important. You can use these as litmus tests to determine if you have a student who might benefit from some of these models.
And the one thing that we've done is we've kind of broken it down into two separate groups. One is focusing on more of the academic skills, so what they're actually doing that's contributing to it. And then the other group is focusing on the being. So I know probably all of you coaches know that all the stuff that we do internally try to help the students take charge of their learning process. But that's the way that we've broken it down. One, focusing on skills, more implementation around the academic progress, the project process, and then the other one is really focusing on the students' being. What are the attributes and the skills that they're bringing in, or where are the gaps, or those moving parts. So as we give you some of the tools, you're going to see that we're kind of breaking it down into a half, but some of the stuff might also pertain to the other group, and some of the other stuff might pertain to the other group. We just feel like this is an easier way to train on this.
So why don't we start in on some of these indicators?
Okay, awesome. So in terms of indicators for skill base, I think most of the time we realize that the work that we're trying to do is help the students move forward and progress within their learning. So in this case, this could be at any point within the student's journey when you begin to realize and indicate that they haven't made any academic progress, or they haven't submitted any project, and they're not really engaging in project-based conversation. That could be an indicator for you to realize, oh, maybe what's going on? Is the students actually working on the project? What's happening? Once you begin to identify that that is the case, then we've given you the tools that you can go through in order to be able to work with the students and support them in this journey.
Great. And one of the first buckets we have for students, one of the indicators that we want coaches to look at to see if some of these implementation models make sense is, do you have a student or students on your caseload who are engaged but have gone a long period of time without mastering any work? And so by engaged, we mean sending you emails, going into the learning portal, perhaps completing a weekly learning activity survey, but you don't see any forward momentum or movement on the students' parts towards academic mastery. And so we had a bunch of students transferred to us who fit in that bucket, and some of the techniques that we used were doing more intensive outreaches and mixing up the way that we communicate with students. So we sent them videos, we used text messaging, and we really took the time to create more personalized outreach for students in order to understand where they were stuck in that learning process cycle.
So another piece of this conversation is to really dig deeper in order to try to figure out, okay, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Where are they stuck? Is it that they don't have time to work on the project, but they can, but they have the time to submit their weekly learning activity survey that's giving them kudos? Or is it really more content related, that the subject is hard or challenging for them, that's why they haven't been able to make any academic progress? And then you can target your outreach to the student based on those indicators. So, obviously you would have to go through their student record and see what they've submitted, the reviewer's feedback, in order for you to hone into the conversation specifically on the projects.